The Board of Commissioners is the governing body of Clatsop County, all county service districts for which this body acts. And as the Clatsop County Local Contract Review Board is now meeting in regular session, will you please join me for the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May I have the roll call, please?
Here.
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 Commissioner Sullivan.
Here. Here.
Look for a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion to second to approve the agenda. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Tonight we have a presentation. And I'll hand off the chair to Commissioner Nebeker for.
Okay, well, this is a first for me, and it's an honor. So,
Want both of us, or? Okay.
but I have things to say to each of you. Lisa, this is for grateful recognition for service and leadership as District 3 Commissioner, January 2015 to December 2018, on the Clatsop County Board of Commissioners. Lisa Clement, this is for you. Lisa, thank you for your service. I have enjoyed serving with you, and I will miss your updates on the issues with the fishermen. I've appreciated your insight into some of the youth in our county and the 4-H program. Thank you. Scott, grateful recognition to Scott Lee for service and leadership as District 1 Commissioner, January 2011 to December 2018. Chair, January 2014 to December 2018. Vice Chair, January 2012 to December 2013 for the Clatsop County Board of Commissioners.
Thank you.
Yes. And Scott, you are the last serving board member from when I came onto the board. And I have learned from you, watching you. I have appreciated your leadership, your political understanding. I've appreciated your communication styles and your ability to oversee many projects that the county has undertaken. And I appreciate your leadership as well on the Housing Authority. Thank you for your 8 years of service.
Thank you. I would like to thank first the voters and the citizens of Clatsop County, and I would like to thank the board members who put their trust in me and elected me as the board chair for 5 straight years, the longest serving board chair since Home Rule started. A long time ago when I first started this job, I remember just after I signed up, I was out clam digging, and I became terrified, and I was so scared. I was just holding on to my clam shovel, staring off into space, and waves were washing in and out. I kind of somehow regained my composure and went to work. And it's been a great journey. It's been one of the most rewarding and difficult jobs I've ever had. And I really thank everyone, particularly staff. Over the years, it's been a great experience, and I'm humbled, grateful. Thank you.
Gained great skills serving on this board. I look forward to seeing your volunteering. We will benefit. Well,
Okay. Now, this is a time for business from the public. This is an opportunity for anyone to give a 3-minute presentation about any item on the agenda, except public hearings, or any topic of county concern that is not on the agenda. People wishing to speak during business from the public must fill out and sign a public sign-in card. We have one guest tonight, a very good friend, Cheryl Johnson. Come on up and state your name and address for the record.
Cheryl Johnson, Astoria, Oregon, 44183 Peterson Lane. I just wanted to speak and to thank Commissioner Lee and to thank Commissioner Clement on behalf of myself, my daughter, and my grandchildren who all live and work in Clatsop County. And I have worked with lots of elections over the years, and it is hard to find someone who is willing to run for public office. It is very, very hard to find someone who doesn't have a personal axe to grind and who is bright and talented and willing to put in that time. And I appreciate you, and even though the public doesn't always say so, the public also appreciates the years that you gave. Both of you were running businesses during that time. Lisa's also raising a family. Scott chose to re-up even though he knew what he was doing the second time and served us well for 8 years. As the public, when things are going smoothly, we don't always show up and you're here working alone and quietly by yourselves. And then something goes a little amiss and we all show up and tell you what you should be doing and what you should not be doing. And then we all go away again. But on behalf of myself and my family and the public, we deeply, dearly appreciate the hours that you spend. I know you spend time in meetings. I know you spend time meeting with and speaking to the public. And I know you spend time reading. So thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kind
All
of
right.
want to applaud Cheryl.
Now we move on to the consent calendar. Look for a motion to approve the consent calendar.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion to second to approve the consent calendar. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Good one.
Okay, moving on to business here. Tonight we have some public hearings. Our first public hearing is Ordinance 18-09. This is a continuation of a public hearing on Ordinance 18-09, short-term rental agreements. Is there any additional information from staff?
Yes, sir, there is. Gail Hendrickson, Community Development Director. I have placed a revised copy of Ordinance 1809 at your places on the podium. You'll see 2 yellow tags, and if you open them up, you'll see little circles in red. Those are the 2 changes that we discussed at the last board meeting, but which didn't make it into the ordinance that was included in the agenda package. The 2 changes relate to language about the urban growth boundary area, and we put in some clarifying language that simply states that if there is a growth management agreement in those areas, then the city's zoning does apply to those areas. The second change related to changes that were discussed and requested by Commissioner Thompson regarding notifying adjacent property owners. And we did put in language increasing the distance from 100 feet to 300 feet for notification. And then we put in language that says within 7 calendar days, the property owner has to mail out that notice and provide the county with an affidavit or for a fee that you would set, and there's one later tonight on the agenda, the county would do that for the property owner. So those are the 2 changes. I did want to address a comment that Commissioner Thompson had made last meeting about the crime and could we pull the crime statistics. And I did talk to representatives from the Sheriff's Office, and they do not collect the data that way. And so to do it would have required several hours of staff time, so I didn't proceed with that.
Mr. Chairman, thank you so much for your responsiveness. It's always important that we hear each other and negotiate. What I'm really looking for in addition to this is some indication that a neighbor beyond this 300 feet, because I'm telling you, those bottle rockets go beyond 300 feet, and they're not every day. But you know what? If a situation arises, I would really like neighbors who have concerns to have access to information in a way that's timely. So let's continue to talk about that.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Is there any public testimony? Seeing no public testimony, I will now close the public hearing and entertain a motion or discussion.
So, Mr. Chair, I move to approve Ordinance 18-09, amending the Clatsop County Code regarding the application process and requirements for short-term rentals, and conduct the second reading by short title only.
Second.
We have a motion to second to approve Ordinance 18-09, amending the Clatsop County Code regarding the application process and requirements for short-term rentals, and conduct the second reading by short title only. We have a motion to second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. May we have the second reading
Yes.
by title only, please?
An ordinance adopting amendments to Chapter 5.12 Clatsop County Code to address processing and application requirements for short-term rentals within unincorporated Clatsop County, excluding Arch Cape.
Thank you. Our next public hearing is Ordinance 1812. This is a continuation of a public hearing on Ordinance 1812, map amendments, Cowlitz Indian Tribe Marsh Restoration. Is there any additional information from staff?
No, sir.
Is there any public testimony concerning 18-12? Seeing no public testimony, I will now close the public hearing and move to discussion or possible motion.
Chair Lee,
Yep.
I move to approve Ordinance 18-12, amending the county's comprehensive plan map to change the designation for approximately 193 acres from rural agricultural lands to natural, and amending the county's zoning map to change the zoning designation from exclusive farm use, EFU, to aquatic natural, AN, and conduct the second reading by short title only.
Mr. Chair, point of order, is there a missing word there? Should it be aquatic natural? From rural agricultural land to aquatic natural? I'm just not clear on that. Is it correct as it stands?
It is, the comp plan designation is natural, and then the zoning would be aquatic natural.
Thank you kindly for clarifying.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion to second to approve Ordinance 18-12, amending the county comprehensive plan map to change the designation for approximately 193 acres from rural agricultural lands to natural, and amending the county zoning map to change the zoning designation from exclusive farm use to aquatic natural, and conduct the second reading by short title only. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. May I have the second reading by title only, please?
An ordinance adopting legislative map amendments to the Clatsop County Comprehensive Plan and to the official county zoning map to change the comprehensive plan designation of approximately 193 acres from rural agricultural lands to natural, and to change the zoning designation from exclusive farm use, EFU, to aquatic natural, AN.
Thank you. Okay, we're now going to move into an executive session, so I would ask the all but invited guests to please leave the room.